Hello, everybody. This is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's title is Avatar. Avatar. So we'll wait for everyone here to get on. If you're hearing my videos for the first time, you can go to roberthollis.com/free and get a copy of my best-selling book for free, digital. And how is that working? And we'll get started here just in one momento, okay? Hey, Bill, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Hi, Craig, Melody, I love and appreciate you. I was thinking about calling you today, and I didn't, so I'll do that. I will do that. Hi, Vernie. Hello, how are you? This is going to be a fun video. Hey, my lovely wife. Hi, Pat. There's my incredible wife, Terry. Hi, John. How are you? Appreciate you. Thank you. Hi, Carol. How are you? Hi, Lisa. Thank you for coming on here. Hey, Danielle. Danielle. Arthur, Daniel. It's like anything over 5 letters, man. I'm dyslexic. It's like Daniela. Hey, Nate, how you doing? Hi, Peter. Hi, Kai. Yes, great payday. So we're already on here for a while, so we'll get started here. So, hello, my name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's title is Avatar. Avatar. One of the unique things that I think about this, and Craig, if you can help everybody, I did a video a couple days ago, I think, that was talking about the difference between being self-employed and a business owner. Self-employed and business owner. And so I first want to share with every one of you, Avatar, I'm not talking about the movie, but Avatar, let me give you my description for this video. An avatar is basically first came out like a digital image or character that's like us. We create our avatar in either like video games or stuff like that. So an avatar in marketing is you need to write down the descriptions. If you were creating an avatar of a character. How tall are they? How big are they? What's the size of their arms? What's their complexion? Do they have tattoos? But in the information of an avatar in marketing, it's who do you want? What is your target market? What would be the perfect explanation of someone that you would want in your business? Okay? So, first we talked about a very important thing is I can help you get whatever you want in life once you figure out what you want. What you want, designing that perfect day, okay? Gotta have that, right? And I just want to share this with you. Let's say, just for example, I hope some of you can go on this imagination trip with me, talking about Avatar. You are a business owner of a very large business empire. A lot of times when my children were growing up and through my life, people would say, hey, what are you doing? And I'm going, building the empire. I'm consistently building the empire. A lot of people say to me, hey, Robert, what's up? And I go, my income. My income's up, right? So if you can imagine being a business owner, and the descriptions between a business owner and self-employed are very different. Business would run on its own without you. All right? So now you're a business owner of this company. Do you notice that a lot of business owners will be called a chairperson? They're the head chairperson. They're not even the CEO. See, those are titles. Those are titles of employees. The chief executive officer, the chief marketing officer, the chief financial officer. These are positions, president, vice president. These are positions of employees within your company that you own, right? And so on this board, I want you to imagine that you're a business owner. And like Terry and I, you have now 33,000 people that are responsible for your income. So just for sake of example, let's say 33,000 employees, right? If you're a business owner, not a CEO, a business owner, then you would have a board of directors. You'd have this big boardroom, again, go into the imagination. You have this big boardroom, and you sit at the head of the board. You're the owner of the company. You're a business owner, not an employee, a CEO. All right? So if you had a board of directors would be like people that you would give a seat on the board as far as guiding you, telling you what is good or bad. You could bounce a bunch of great ideas off of you. And you want a very diverse group of people on that board. Very diverse group of people on that board. I would like to have male, female. I'd like to have young and old. I'd like to have different nationalities. Are you guys following me? Because if you just have the same age and the same demographic, let's be honest, white old guys, then there's going to be a very small perspective of you expanding where you're going, which I don't want to get on a tangent, but I think I just basically said our government, right? I won't go any further, right? So if you got a bunch of old white guys that are sitting on the board and you're talking about the future expansion of your company, you might not get a lot of perspective on how to relate to the younger generations. Huh? You might lose touch with people that are struggling to pay rent and live in this day and age. You might just be out of touch. So my point for this video is when you're thinking things that, thoughts are things. When you're thinking about who you would want on your board of directors, what would be the very detailed subscription of that person? And when you do that, you're going to come out with a lot of leadership qualities. I want the person to be documented. I'm just saying, for me, you come up with your own avatar. But I want people on my board that have already created large empires. That's what people do. They create companies, and the Steve Jobs when he was alive, but let's talk about maybe Bill Gates. He might be too controversial today because a lot of people like writing stuff and sharing stuff that they may or may not know. But maybe Richard Branson, Warren Buffett. I'm trying to think of some people off the top of my head. I like technology. So, Mark Zuckerberg, oh my God, he's a bad guy too. See, it's like, who would you want on your board of directors? Oh my God, I talked about females. Who would I want? Oprah Winfrey. Oh my God, Oprah Winfrey, single, no kids, never married, African-American, billionaires. Who else could I get on my board? How about, I'm trying to think of the Kardashian sister, the young one that became a billionaire. Kylie Jenner. There it is. It came to me. Thanks. Kylie Jenner. think about the people that you would want on that board to direct you, right? And here's some qualities. They're positive. They're motivated. They're great leaders. They make quick decisions. They have a center of influence. I'd like somebody on my board that had, 100 million followers on like social media, right? I want some input on how to be able to build an empire from that group. And as you're building your business, why wouldn't you want to target individuals that were self-motivated, positive, had a center of influence, have already made money, is currently making money? What if they already had an organization? What if they already had a group of people that were following them? Because when you start thinking, thoughts are things, and focusing on those things in the substance creates manifestation, right? So everything in the world starts out as an idea. The phone, bottled water, putting sprays in a deal, a book, everything. Facebook, this laptop, this camera, everything started out as a thought. Now it's not focused. There we go. So it all started out as a thought. Wouldn't it be cool to have this? You know what I mean? And now what you need to do is you need to find a bunch of group of people that will make that happen. That will make that happen. Who do I want as my dream team? So when the Olympics made the decision that they were going to allow professional players to be in the Olympics, I still look at that. I'm going like, what? Well, the kids are getting better and they're getting recruited right out of high school. They're getting recruited right out of school. Some of them can get recruited and sign multi-million-dollar contracts. They're not interested in the Olympics. They're good at what they do. They love at what they do. So they just want to go pro. PRO, a professional, a person that makes a full-time income doing that. Which I could get on a whole different deal of a professional network marketer. See, a professional network marketer would make a full-time income from commissions from their network marketing company. That's a professional network marketer. Now, there's groups of professional network marketers. Wannabes. I'm a business owner. I'm a network marketer. I'm a professional network marketer. How much have you made so far this year? I'm not really making any money at all. Take the word pro out of that. I'd rather say I'm an amateur. See, they even got brackets for that. You know what I mean? When you get into games, they say, are you a beginner? Are you a beginner? Are you in the middle? Or are you a pro? How many of you have gone into a game, and maybe you haven't, and you click on pro and you're going, oh my God, I'm definitely not a pro. I need to, start the game all over and pick beginner this time. And then you got the wannabes, then you got the other people, right? And these are the, that probably fit in the same category, wannabe, pretenders, posers. They talk a good game. They're just not going to show you their documentation because it would be freaking embarrassing, right? And then you got this other group that are used to be's. There's a lot of used to be's, right? I used to make money in network marketing. Now I'm an author. Now I'm a coach. Now I'm a trainer. I'm all these things, but I'm no longer making my commissions in the network marketing world. I'm a coach. I'm a personal coach. How many of you guys have found personal coaches and you're going, for the love of God, you should stop saying that. You should stop. People won't even ask who they've helped make a better life. It's crazy to me. And of course, we already know what a professional network marketer is, right? So if I were building the dream team, if I was building a dream team for my daily choice, would you want a Candice Bird Davis in there? Yeah. I need and want her and her husband sitting at that board table. Are you guys getting this? That's who I want on my board table. You know, I'm going to do a separate video about this, but we've all heard of this new incredible leader named Tanisha Graham. And she broke the record in the company. She went to 100K in 22 days. If you went and looked at her Facebook profile, her social media profiles, her Instagram, all of the stuff that she has, literally every post is business, my daily choice, 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 my daily choice. Every post that she has is her building her MDC business. And I could go to some of your guys' website and not even know that you're in MDC. So when you look at Candice Bird Davis's Facebook page, Javon's page, Tanisha Graham's page, Damon Coleman's page, when you look at people right now that are raising up the ranks and they're knocking down this business, there is no doubt in anyone's mind who they are, what they stand for. I love this phrase. If you won't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And you can go to somebody's website or somebody's social media and immediately tell what they're doing. And some of the people that I mentioned, Oprah Winfrey, Richard Branson, Warren Buffett. I don't even know if Warren Buffett's got a personal page. Berkshire Hathaway. You go to their social media and you know exactly who they are, what they stand for, what they're doing. So going back to who I would want sitting on that board is people that are motivated. They're working on personal development. They have a following. They're making and edifying and promoting the heck out of MDC and Josh and Jenna's Wiggle. They're 1,000% focused on helping Josh and Jenna make MDC a billion-dollar brand. And I see Kai on here. Me and Kai had a great conversation today. And I'm going like, man, you know, those are the people that I'm focused at. So a lot of you going, hey, my God, Robert, don't you bring in customers? Don't you bring in average people? You know, you say in your book, you know, on roberthollis.com/free, you know, you say in your book, you know, that you were broke, that you had an awful lifestyle, that everything was down. You know, what about people like that? Well, when they get in the business, if they follow the procedure of edifying and promoting someone bigger than them and acting like an agent or a manager to get people directly connected to the source, get them connected directly to My Daily Choice, the Josh and Jenna's training, their marketing system. If a person did that, then they would win. But when they put themselves between Josh and Jenna and MDC, then they're not creating something duplicatable. See, they're getting edification to them. Let's talk about another deal. If you had a board of directors, would you like them compassionate? Would you like them to be humble? Would you want someone on your board of directors that was ego about EGO, edging God out, was all about them? Them, I, and them, I. What about me? What about me? What about me? No, I wouldn't want one of those people on my board. So I can take people like myself 35 years ago, and my mentor plugged me into a system that allowed me to promote and edify him in his message, his training, his system. I'm doing the same thing 35 years ago. Now, I don't want the people on my board that are negative, that are victims, that are excuse makers, that are not motivated. They won't change. They're not interested in changing their lives. I'm not interested in surrounding myself by a group of people that are not open-minded to new ways of doing things. I don't want people on my board that are closed-minded, that are, this is, forget who said this, doesn't matter. But the worst statement, the most dangerous statement in the world is, this is the way we've always done it. You don't want to have someone on your board that won't change like Kodak, won't change like Blockbuster, won't change like Toys R Us. You don't want people that go, wow, you know what I did 5 years ago? And I'm going, I don't care what you did 5 years ago. What was your check last month? Let's show everyone on your team your back office. No, that ain't happening. Why? If they seen your back office, would you lose all credibility immediately? Because you guys know I show mine. I've showed mine my whole career. And when it wasn't online, I was showing my printout. You want to see my last month's printout? Yeah. You want to see my last month's check? Yeah. Documentation beats conversation. Got the patent, got the slogan mark, got the website, got the domain. Documentation beats conversation.com. Connected to roberthollis.com. So I want you to start thinking about the people that you want in your business. And what I do is when I bring somebody in, I say, hey, listen, would you like to make a lot of money fast? Yeah. Listen, introduce me to your dream team. I need you to introduce me to people that already have money. And because they have money, they're smart. And they have time. See, a business owner has CEOs running their companies, plural. Someone that's got a center of influence. Someone that's motivated, someone that's positive, someone that's making a difference in the community. Well, I'm not going to introduce you to those kind of people. I'm sort of scared of those people. Then you're going to lose the game. So if we use basketball, like the dream team in the Olympic, Think about that. The Olympic committee says we're now going to allow professionals to play for the gold medal. I'll take Jordan. I'll take Kobe. I'll take Shaq. I'll take. Really? That's how you win a gold medal. I want that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. Well, what if it was a women's team? I want her, 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 her. And people get in this business and pretend to be a business player, business owner. And they're trying to run the whole show. And they're looking for people. Well, you know, I guess I'll give this a try. I'm not going to plug into the training. I'm not going to read any of the stupid books you told me. I'm not going to plug into the system. I'm not going to download the app. But I will tell you this. What will you tell me? Can I tell you about all the reasons that I can't do this business? Can I tell you about all the stuff that happened in my past? Can I tell you everything why I can't do this business? No, just tell me one reason why you should do this business. Tell me one reason why you should do this business. So when my mentor looked at me, a broke auto mechanic with no money, with a cast on his leg, couldn't even afford the $35 to get in the company. He said, Robert, don't worry about money right now. I said, okay. He said, if I could show you this business works without you investing a dime, would you listen to me? Yes, sir. Yes, sensei. Yes, sir. He goes, I want you to think of a name. A first name. Let me give you some examples. I want you to think of a person that, you know, they have that bumper sticker, the person with the most toys wins. Who do you know that's a business owner? He said that to me. Who do you know that's a business owner? A person that when you see them, they're always positive. They're always motivated. If they're at a party or something, they always seem to have a group of people around them. They command attention. People want to listen to them. They give to charity. They are the best storytellers. Oh my God. Everybody wants to hear their stories. They're fun to be around. They make you feel better when you're around them than when you're not. Who do you know that's got a center of influence? They got money. They got time. I said, man, the first business owner that popped in my mind was Rick. He goes, does a name come to you? I said, yeah, Rick. And he goes, awesome. Why Rick? And I said, well, he's been a part of his father's company. They own their own plumbing business. It's pretty big. And then his father sort of, slowed down, and he's now runs it. He's got a boat. He's got wave runners. He's got snowmobiles. He's got a Harley. He's got a pontoon and a boat and a fishing boat. He's got a fifth wheel. He's got multiple homes. This guy. He goes, great. Would you please introduce me to him? I go, introduce you to him? He goes, yeah. I just want to get on there and say, hi, Rick. I'm expanding my company. I'm looking for some people that can help us. And I asked Robert who he knew that had all these qualities as a business owner, and he said you. Based on his recommendation, I was wondering if I could talk to you for a minute when you have time. And I'd like to share with you who we are. Because I know once you know who we are, you'll know of some people we can help. Robert thought of you in expansion of the company. So Robert, if that's what I would say to Rick, can I have Rick's phone number? Yeah. Ding! He called him right in front of me. And I heard him go, yeah. Great, you got a pen and paper? Sure. He says, I'll see you in a few. Hung up the phone. He says, Rick's coming down to check out the company. I know a lot of people are doing this business way different than that. Today, we have a website. Today, we have a presentation that the owners of the company did. Today, a person can get into the company for free. They can create a free account, get in the company, and you can point and guide them to watching. Click on live stream. See right there where it says opportunity? Yeah, click on that and watch that. Wow. That's why I got 33,000 people in my group. So start thinking of the people that you would like to have in your group. Doesn't mean you can't have customers. Yeah, we can have customers. I think I now have 19. 4.5 years, I have 19 customers. But I'm looking for business owners. I'm looking for people that want to be business owners. I want to find the people that make six figures that want to make 200, 300, 400, 500,000. I'm looking for the people that make 200 to 500,000 that want to make $1 million a year like me. I'm actually doing it. So, how's that for a training? Are you going after your right avatar? If I asked you who would be the perfect person in your group, are you listing off qualities like Candice Bird Davis? Would you like me in your group? Are you writing down those? Or are you reaching out with a bunch of people that you wouldn't want on your board? See, people ask me all the time, why are you so successful? This is easy. I'm focused and targeted and manifesting and dreaming and praying about the right people to have ears to hear, to introduce them to what I know is the best opportunity on the planet, bar none. There it is. So I love and appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a huge personal favor. I seen a couple of people here, John, Dustin, Melody, but I think Jim, Jermaine. Jermaine's like sharing like crazy, man. Thank you, Donna. Thank you so much, Jermaine. And this is what you want to go after. You want to go after people that are self-sufficient, that don't need you to pump them up and babysit them. Oh, by the way, Jermaine, I don't know if you know this, but you know the company's got training in the back office. See, I don't have to do that to Jermaine. Hey, Jermaine, no. So I love and appreciate you. If no one's giving you permission to succeed, let me be the first. Please share the video and go to the YouTube channel, become a subscriber, click on the bell to be notified. And I love and appreciate you. Talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day.